Good morning, respected chair, distinguished delegates, faculty members, and fellow researchers. It is my privilege to present my paper titled From Excel to Smart System, AI-Driven Risk and Fraud Management in U.S. Manufacturing and Retail, a case-based empirical study using Agentic AI and continuous audit models. This research examines how artificial intelligence is transforming auditing from periodic manual reviews into continuous intelligent assurance. Thank you for this opportunity. Very research project begins with curiosity. Many of our beliefs come from parents, teachers, mentors, or professional experience. We are told to save early, avoid unnecessary debt, work hard, and make ethical decisions. These lessons are valuable, but researchers ask an additional question. Can these beliefs be supported by evidence? Research begins when we move from accepting ideas to testing them systematically. This slide illustrates that transition. Today, we hear many statements, including that artificial intelligence improves auditing. Rather than accepting this as fact, researchers seek evidence through observation, analysis, and validation. In other words, common wisdom becomes scientific knowledge only after it has been carefully examined. That thinking provides the foundation for this study. Research follows a logical sequence. We begin with a belief, convert it into a research question, collect evidence, analyze the findings, and then reach conclusions. Throughout this process, evidence, not opinion, drives the outcome. My research follows exactly this approach by examining whether AI can genuinely improve risk management and fraud detection in modern auditing. Introducing the central theme of the presentation. Auditing has evolved from spreadsheet-based procedures to ERP systems, and now toward intelligent AI-supported environments. My proposed framework combines machine learning, natural language processing, large language models, agentic AI, and continuous auditing into one integrated model. The objective is not to replace auditors, but to strengthen their ability to identify risks and detect fraud more effectively. As the roadmap, we can begin discussing the research motivation, the challenges facing modern auditing, and the research gap. Next, I will briefly introduce the AI technologies used in the framework. I will then explain the proposed framework, illustrate its application using manufacturing and retail examples, and conclude with the key contributions, practical implications, and future research opportunities. Organizations today operate in highly digital environments using cloud ERP systems, automation, artificial intelligence, and real-time analytics. These technologies improve efficiency and decision-making, but they also create new audit challenges, including cybersecurity threats, increasing fraud opportunities, and enormous transaction volumes. Traditional audit approaches were designed for periodic reviews. Modern organizations require continuous monitoring, which creates the need for AI-enabled auditing, the focus of this research. Technology has transformed the way organizations operate, but it has also transformed the way fraud is committed. Traditional risks such as payroll fraud, procurement fraud, inventory manipulation, and financial statement fraud continue to exist. Today, however, organizations also face AI-assisted fraud, synthetic identities, deepfakes, and sophisticated cyber-enabled financial manipulation. As fraud becomes increasingly digital and complex, auditors require tools that can continuously monitor transactions and identify emerging risks much earlier than traditional audit approaches. Traditional auditing has served organizations well for many decades. However, it was designed for an environment where transactions were fewer and audits were performed periodically. Today's organizations process millions of transactions in real time. Reviewing only selected samples is often no longer sufficient. AI-driven continuous auditing analyzes the entire population of transactions, identifies unusual patterns immediately, and enables organizations to move from reactive auditing to proactive risk management. The existing literature has made important contributions in areas such as machine learning, natural language processing, and fraud analytics. However, relatively little research combines these technologies with agentic AI and continuous auditing into one practical framework, particularly for manufacturing and retail organizations. Addressing that gap became the primary motivation for this research and led to the development of the proposed AI-driven framework. The primary objective is to develop an AI-driven continuous auditing framework that strengthens fraud detection and enterprise risk management. To achieve this objective, the study examines the limitations of traditional auditing, explores the application of modern AI technologies, integrates agentic AI into continuous auditing, and demonstrates the framework through manufacturing and retail case studies. The overall goal is to enhance auditors' capabilities while preserving professional judgment. 3 research questions guide the entire study. The first examines how artificial intelligence can improve the efficiency and effectiveness of traditional auditing. The second focuses on the role of agentic AI in supporting continuous auditing and real-time fraud detection. Finally, the third investigates how an integrated AI framework can strengthen enterprise risk management in manufacturing and retail organizations. These questions provide the foundation for designing and evaluating the proposed framework. Artificial intelligence enables computers to analyze enormous volumes of financial and operational data far more quickly than traditional manual procedures. Machine learning, as a branch of AI, continuously learns from historical data and improves its predictions over time. Within auditing, it helps identify unusual transaction patterns, detect anomalies, assess fraud risk, and support audit planning by analyzing the complete population of transactions rather than relying solely on sampling. Auditors spend considerable time reviewing contracts, invoices, emails, policies, and other business documents. Natural language processing enables computers to understand and analyze this unstructured information efficiently. Instead of reading thousands of documents manually, NLP extracts key information, identifies unusual wording or exceptions, and converts large volumes of text into meaningful audit evidence. This significantly improves consistency, reduces manual effort, and allows auditors to focus their attention on higher-risk areas. Large language models, or LLMs, represent one of the most significant advances in artificial intelligence. Unlike traditional software that follows predefined rules, LLMs learn patterns from massive amounts of text and can understand context, summarize information, answer questions, and generate meaningful responses. In auditing, they help review policies, summarize lengthy reports, explain accounting standards, and support documentation. Their real value lies in assisting auditors to process information more efficiently while allowing professionals to make the final judgments. Agentic AI takes artificial intelligence one step further. Instead of responding to a single request, intelligent agents can plan a sequence of activities, gather information, perform analyses, and recommend actions with limited human intervention. In auditing, agentic AI can continuously monitor transactions, investigate unusual patterns, prepare alerts, and recommend follow-up procedures. However, these recommendations remain subject to professional review, ensuring that accountability continues to rest with the auditor. The framework brings together multiple AI technologies into a single continuous auditing environment. Information flows from business transactions through data collection, intelligent analytics, risk assessment, fraud detection, and reporting. Rather than working as separate tools, machine learning, NLP, LLMs, and agentic AI complement one another to provide continuous assurance. The framework is designed to strengthen audit quality while supporting timely management decisions. Each component performs a specific role within the framework. Data are collected from ERP systems and other business sources, processed through AI models, evaluated for potential risks, and converted into meaningful insights for management and auditors. Because the process operates continuously, organizations can identify exceptions much earlier than with traditional periodic audits. Early detection improves internal control effectiveness and reduces the likelihood of significant fraud or operational losses. The framework is designed to process millions of transactions. Rather than relying on small samples, it supports continuous analysis of large ERP datasets, audit work papers, and exception narratives. The transaction counts shown here have been partially masked to preserve confidentiality while maintaining the overall scale of the dataset. For those familiar with research formulas, Please bear with me while I break this down for everyone else. We all know the formula for a straight line, y equals a plus bx. That is a simple linear regression with one independent variable, x. When you add more variables, it becomes a multiple regression. But in research papers, we use capital sigma as a fancy mathematical shorthand to add everything up. So that big sigma symbol on the slide, simply saying the same straight line formula and expanding it to neatly pack in all 8 of our independent variables at once. This is our anomaly detection model. This example illustrates how the framework evaluates a transaction using multiple variables. Although the payment amount alone may not appear unusual, the combination of missing approval, segregation of duties concerns, and a high-risk narrative increases the anomaly score. The transaction is then escalated for auditor review. The regression coefficients measure the contribution of each risk indicator to the anomaly score. Positive coefficients indicate that an increase in the predictor variable increases the likelihood that the transaction will be flagged for auditor review. This provides a transparent and explainable AI model rather than a black box approach. In a manufacturing company, processing thousands of purchasing, inventory, and production transactions every day, reviewing all these transactions manually is both difficult and time-consuming. The framework continuously monitors ERP data, detects unusual purchasing patterns, identifies inventory discrepancies, and flags potentially fraudulent transactions. This enables auditors to focus on high-risk areas, strengthen internal controls, and support management with timely, data-driven decisions. Retail organizations process thousands of sales, refund, and inventory transactions every day, making manual monitoring difficult. The framework continuously analyzes these transactions to detect unusual patterns, identify suspicious activities, and generate timely alerts. This enables auditors and management to respond more quickly, reduce fraud, improve inventory control, and strengthen overall business performance. The framework improves fraud detection and strengthens risk management through continuous monitoring and intelligent data analysis. By reducing manual audit effort and identifying risks earlier, AI enables auditors to focus on higher-value activities that require professional judgment. Ultimately, the framework aims to improve audit quality, strengthen governance, and support better organizational decision-making. Academically, it extends the literature by integrating agentic AI with continuous auditing into a single conceptual framework. Professionally, it provides organizations with a practical approach to improving fraud detection, strengthening risk management, and supporting evidence-based decision-making. Together, these contributions help bridge the gap between research and auditing practice. Successful implementation depends on data quality, system integration, cybersecurity, and the readiness of organizations to adopt AI technologies. These limitations provide valuable opportunities for future empirical research and practical implementation. This does not imply that AI is ineffective. Rather, organizations should evaluate whether the benefits of AI justify the increasing operational costs, especially as pricing models evolve. While AI can analyze enormous amounts of data, it cannot replace the auditor's professional skepticism and ethical judgment. Reliable audit opinions still depend on independent evaluation, supporting evidence, and sound application of accounting and auditing standards. AI offers tremendous opportunities to improve audit efficiency and fraud detection, but it also introduces new risks and challenges. Ultimately, technology should support, not replace, the auditor's professional judgment, ethical responsibility, and commitment to reliable financial reporting. This research provides a foundation for future work what can empirically validate the framework using organizational datasets across different industries. Additional research may explore advanced applications of agentic AI, generative AI, explainable AI, and blockchain to further strengthen continuous auditing, risk management, and fraud detection. These opportunities will help refine and expand the practical application of AI in the auditing. In this step-by-step implementation, auditors receive real-time alerts, review the findings, apply professional judgment, and communicate to the management. It is a collaborative approach combines the speed of AI with the experience and ethical responsibility of human auditors. To summarize, we addressed the growing challenges created by digital transformation and evolving fraud risks. We propose continuous auditing integrating machine learning, natural language processing, large language models, and agentic AI to support risk management and fraud detection. The framework is to enhance, and not to replace, the professional judgment by enabling more timely, evidence-based, and informed audit decisions. In conclusion, digital transformation is changing how organizations manage risk and conduct audits. The framework demonstrates how the technologies can work together to improve audit quality while preserving the professional judgment of auditors. Ultimately, the future of auditing lies in the collaboration between intelligent technologies and skilled professionals to promote better governance, transparency, and public trust. As an end note, I sincerely thank Dr. Thanmozi, Dr. Amarchand, Ananda Kumar, faculty, Sholas, distinguished guests, and all of you for your commitment to advancing research. I appreciate the opportunity to present my research at ICFMCF 2026. I welcome your questions, comments, and suggestions.